Welcome back, viewers. It's day 20 of the war and the Middle East remains on the brink. The conflict is making a more dangerous turn. Qatar has confirmed that Israel has targeted the world's largest gas field, south parts in the Persian Gulf. In a statement, Qatar's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs called for de-escalation across the region and urged Iran and the United States of America to return to the negotiation table. He also described the strike as quote-unquote dangerous and irresponsible. The fire at South Pars gas field has drawn global attention because if it is a critical, which we all know that it is a critical pillar of global gas supply, it's a part of the larger North Dome South Pars reservoir, the biggest known gas reserve on the planet. Let's now understand why this gas field matters at all. As we told you, it's the world's largest gas field. It holds 19% of the global recoverable gas reserves. Iran's energy backbone really is on this because it supplies major share of Iran's domestic gas, which is obviously it's shared with Qatar as well. It's shared between Iran and Qatar. It's also an economic lifeline. It drives power, industry, petrochemicals and revenue. And any disruption could mean a spike globally as well. It's a global flashpoint because targeting this particular area is an escalation with obviously global consequences. US President Donald Trump, viewers, has already issued a strong warning to Iran following the escalation. Trump has basically said, and which is very, very significant, him warning Iran. And what is most important is Trump saying that he had no prior knowledge of these particular strikes. He says that US did not know about Israeli strikes and stressed that Qatar had no involvement. That is, when it comes to the strikes, the United States of America, had no involvement, accusing, Iran of also wrongly targeting Qatari energy facilities in response. Going on to add that there will be no further strikes when it comes to the South Pars field for now, saying that Israel will be restraining itself, but warned that if Iran targets Qatar again, and especially the gas field, US will respond with an overwhelming force. As he signaled restraint, Trump made it clear that Washington is prepared to act decisively if the situation escalates further. So that is obviously the latest coming in. This is exactly what Trump had to say, viewers. Trump basically, the crisis escalation is happening. But what's very, very significant, Trump saying that they did not know about the Qatari strike, saying that they did not know, the American counterparts did not know that Israel was going to indulge in this sort of attack. We are being joined by Madhav Nalapad, the foreign affairs expert. Thank you, sir, for joining us, sir. First of all, how do you view the statement by Donald Trump? What is very, very significant here, he says that United States had no prior knowledge of Israeli strikes and also, going on to say that Israel will restrain itself. There will be no further strikes on South Pars field for now on. But what is very significant, and do you agree, or is it possible, sir, that that Israel acted in a unilateral manner and United States of America had no knowledge that Israel was going to strike?
Well, the first point I'd like to say is a difference between the American objectives and the Israeli objectives. Israel's objective is to get rid of the clerical regime, period. American objective is to ensure the Strait of Hormuz is free for shipping. So that is the essential difference between the two countries. But having said that, I'd like to point out that both are united on one issue, which is the clerical regime is a threat, and the threat can come alive any time. So you may be able to have a ceasefire now, but the threat will still be alive. So both Israel and the United States are united in ensuring the clerical regime will go as soon as possible.
Right, but sir, when you look at what Trump had to say, it is not just now saying that Israel is going to restrain itself. There will be no further attacks when it comes to these gas refineries, oil refineries, but also warning Iran, saying that there can be unprecedented consequences. Do you also see the war only escalating further? Because end of the day, the question is, we are on week 3 of this war. What happens next? When is this going to end?
Look, this war is going to escalate. There's no question about it. I had already said that about 3 days ago. The fact is the Americans have now basically, they have got to destroy the clerical regime together with Israel. There's no option now. Having gone this far, there's no question that they have to complete the job. And, as far as talks are concerned, they've had talks on multiple occasions. They have led nowhere. The fact of the matter is the clerical regime is an enemy of the United States, enemy of Israel. So both sides will be together in destroying the clerical regime, and the effort will now be speeded up. So quite honestly, attacking gas plants in Qatar is completely offline, off base. It's terrifying. And that's the reason why the clerical regime in Iran is such a threat to not just the region but the entire world. And the United States and Israel are completely united in seeing that the clerical regime falls as soon as possible.
Right. Okay, fine, fair point, sir. Thank you for joining us. As far as Donald Trump is concerned, viewers, not only is he hinting at an escalation, what Donald Trump basically is saying is very, very significant, that the United States of America, interestingly, Donald Trump claims, did not know about Israeli strikes, and it has come as a surprise to him as well. Viewers, we have more breaking news coming in because it's obviously, a fast developing news day.